Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dogs, and this is Ron's Bank Shop Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Monday, December 5th, 2022. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. If you're looking for my best bets, you can always find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdogs.com. Alrighty, let's get into it. Here are 5 games in college basketball for Monday's card. First up, we see Kent State taking on Gonzaga. This one's going to be a 9 o'clock Eastern start time. Gonzaga is 5-3 to start the season. We're not used to seeing Gonzaga ranked outside the top 10 in the AP polls at this point in the season. But when you look at the schedule that Gonzaga's played, their 3 losses really, tough teams, top 20 teams in KenPom, Texas, Purdue, and Baylor. 2 neutral site losses and 1 road game loss. So no losses at home this season. We saw Gonzaga beat Kentucky at home earlier in the year by double digits. So I do think Gonzaga overall is fine. This is an important game against a solid top 100 opponent in Kent State. Ranked 72 in KenPom. They're 53rd in the nation in adjusted defensive efficiency. But does that defense hold up on the road? Pretty tough travel spot as Kent State plays on Friday at home. Goes across the country to play Gonzaga here on only a couple of days rest, and a pretty frustrated Gonzaga team coming off that loss against Baylor. It was a 1-point game. Gonzaga was winning that game for quite a bit in the later parts of that one, but couldn't find the W in the end. This is still a team ranked number 1 in the country in adjusted offensive efficiency. They play a very fast-paced offense. Kent State's been tested already playing another tough team in Houston this season, but Houston plays a completely different style of basketball. I don't really like Kent State's chances in this particular matchup. This is just a bad spot for them, in my opinion. So give me Gonzaga laying the boatload number in this one. I think this is a feel-good Gonzaga blowout win. In our next game, we see Troy taking on San Diego State. This one's going to be a 10 o'clock Eastern start time. With this Monday card being really, really small, there's only 7 games on the board where Division I teams are playing against each other. So those are the only games that you're going to find lines on. And we're forced to talk about games we normally wouldn't talk about. And this would be probably one of them I would stay away from on the Bank Shop Breakdown. But still, a ranked team here in 24th ranked San Diego State. They're off to a good start, 6-2. They play very well at home. They're 4-0 at home this season. But I do think Troy's defense will hold up in this game. They're ranked 85th in turnover percentage on defense, 92nd in defensive rebounding percentage, and they played some tough teams already to start this season. Arkansas, especially on the road, they played pretty well in that game, covered the number by a few points in that one. It was a 13-point loss in the end, but they were competitive pretty much down to the final minute. So, I think Troy on the road here can compete defensively. Do I like their offense in this matchup against a very good San Diego State defense? Not so much. San Diego State's usually ranked in the top 20, top 30 in adjusted defensive efficiency. They're ranked 18th right now, 61st in turnover percentage on defense, a good rebounding team. They defend the perimeter well. So, I do think San Diego State, although they like to play pretty fast and on the fast break often on the offensive side, they do like to slow things down quite a bit on defense. They're ranked 276th in average possession length on defense. Troy, they like to play slow on offense. They're ranked 265th in average possession length. So you got 2 solid defenses, 2 teams look to slow the game down. Give me the under in this Troy-San Diego State game. That's a lean for me in this one. Next up, we see an afternoon game between IUPUI and Green Bay. This one's going to be a 12 o'clock Eastern start time on ESPN+. I just mentioned that with this small card for Monday's games, it's we're going to be talking about some games I normally wouldn't be featuring here on the video, but it is a good way to start to look at some other teams that we maybe haven't been able to cover in depth yet this season, and that's a matchup here in the Horizon League. These are 2 teams ranked near the bottom not only of the conference but really in Division I college hoops. IUPUI ranked 363rd out of 363 teams in KenPom. Green Bay not too much better, ranked 358th. So some 2 teams that are definitely going through rebuilding years, and neither team has a Division I win yet this season, but one of them's going to get it here. I do think it will be Green Bay, though, in the end. I like the way Green Bay played against Wisconsin. That was a real surpriser for me, going on the road against a really good Wisconsin team that just took down Marquette. Green Bay competed in that game. They only lost the game by 11 points. The defense was real sharp in that one, only giving up 56 points. Now, yes, the offense struggled in that one, but against a Wisconsin defense on the road, we expected that. I do think Green Bay, I like their ability to get to the free throw line. I do think that they have the better shooters on this team as well. Neither of these teams play very good defensively, but I do think Green Bay is the better rebounding team, and especially on the defensive end of things. So I'm going to lean towards Green Bay here and lay the points, but in these conference games between 2 of the weaker programs in the conference, usually a tough game to call, but I'm going to lean towards Green Bay in this one. Next up, we see a 10 o'clock Eastern start time between North Dakota State and Portland. This one's going to be one of the later games on the board for Monday's card. And, Portland, we saw a lot of value on them at the beginning of the season. We took them plenty of times. They played very well against teams like North Carolina and Michigan State. They beat Villanova outright, big-time upset there. We took them in that game against Florida A&M in a blowout. But the value we were getting with Portland at the beginning of the year, I just don't think it's there anymore because of those strong performances. A little bit of overreaction right now by the books, in my opinion. And the value, I think, is on North Dakota State in this spot. A team that's 1-8 overall, yes, and their only one win was against a subdivision opponent. But a team that has been battle-tested. They played a lot of road games against some tough teams. Arkansas, Kansas, Indiana State, New Mexico, really tough environments to play in. And, North Dakota State offensively waiting for a breakout performance. This is a pretty good matchup against the Portland defense. It's not very good, ranked outside the top 175 in adjusted defensive efficiency. Not the best defensive rebounding team. They don't really force a lot of turnovers. So North Dakota State, if there was a game for this offense to break out, this would be the one. Now, defensively, I don't really love North Dakota State's chances. That's why I still think Portland's going to win this game in the end. But cover the number, this large double-digit number? I don't think so. North Dakota State's a pretty good defensive rebounding team, ranked 19th in the country. I think they hang in this game. I'm going to take the points here with the Bison with North Dakota State. And the final game we're going to talk about for Monday's card in college basketball, it's between Albany and UMass. This one is 7 o'clock Eastern start time on ESPN+. Albany not good enough defensively for me. I'm going to take UMass and lay the points. You look at Albany, ranked 328th in adjusted defensive efficiency, 336 in effective field goal percentage defense. They take a lot of fouls on defense. They're not good on the perimeter. And UMass, this is a very good shooting team. They're ranked 22nd in the nation in three-point shooting. Noah Fernandez and TJ Weeks, two of the better three-point shooters in the country. TJ Weeks, a couple seasons ago, he had a breakout performance from three. In 2020, in that bubble year, he shot 48% from three. Had a couple of down years the next couple of seasons. The year after, only shot 30%. But this season, he's red hot to start the season. 14 to 28, 50% for TJ Weeks. I look for UMass to score points at will in this game. And if Albany's offense was a little bit sharper, I may think about taking the over or maybe taking Albany. But they're ranked 317th in adjusted offensive efficiency. They're not a very good shooting team. Even though they limit turnovers on offense, they don't really make a lot of mistakes. They're just not good enough a shooting team for me to take them in this spot. So give me UMass laying the points in this game 10 tonight. And that's it. Those are the games we're going to talk about for Monday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave that like and subscribe. And don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comment section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dogs Premium. As always, this is Ron Romanelli. Good luck.